dish we have tempeh. Some of you have had tempeh before, some of you haven't. It's great, a soy-based product. It's got a little bit of a crunchy texture on it, which is great. First thing I'm going to do in this dish is we have some water boiling for our green beans. We've got our oven preheated to 375, and we're going to get that tempeh in the oven. Move this out of the way. Now, you can use a roasting pan or a saute pan, it's up to you. What I have here is my tempeh. Let's move our green beans out of the way. Tempeh usually comes in a block like this, sometimes flavored. You can use a savory brand, it's fine. Any kind of flavored stuff is going to give it more of a character than an unflavored tempeh. What I do is I take the block like this, and I'm going to cut it in half lengthwise. Then I'm going to cut it into smaller strips. They're about 1 inch in length. And these smaller strips are going to be my setup. We're going to barbecue this in the oven, and of course we're going to have some left over and use it for another recipe. So I want to spray this. Spray your pan first. You can use some aluminum foil if you want to. Then I got my tempeh. Spread that out. And we're going to drizzle on the barbecue sauce for it. There we go. Barbecue sauce. You can also use your bottle. I made some of my own, but hey, store-bought barbecue is fine. Now I have it on a little bit of low heat here on the pan. You don't have to do that. You can have it just on a roasting pan. I've got my barbecue sauce mixed in there with my tempeh. What we can do is toss that around a little bit. Toss it around with the barbecue sauce. So that's going to be coated all together. Just a nice light coating on the top of the tempeh. Then that's going to get ready to go into the oven. That's going to be in the oven for at least 20 minutes. Green beans. I've picked off the stem part on my green beans. Got the little pointy part left. Let's put a little salt in our water. It's like 2 teaspoons of salt in our water. And then we're going to add our green beans in. If you're pressed for time, you want to use frozen green beans, you can. This time of year, getting the fresh green beans, so go for it. But if you want to save time, by by all means, try to use frozen. That'll work. As long as you're cooking something, that's it. So I'm putting my green beans. Those are going to boil. Those are going to take at least 10 minutes to cook. While your green beans are boiling, we're going to cut up some zucchini. Now this zucchini, our tempeh has been in for about 10 minutes. Now we're going to put our zucchini in next. We're going to cut in half lengthwise, and then we're going to cut like this on an angle, about 1/4 inch on our zucchini. This is going to be used for 2 recipes. And we're going to roast this in the oven. Roasting pan or saute pan will do. A little spray. Put your zucchini in, spread it out. Make sure it's going to be spread out enough. Basically a little bit of salt and some pepper. And we're going to put that in the oven for at least 10 minutes. Alright, let's check our green beans and see if they're ready. It's been about 10 minutes. I can get hot stuff right in my hands, but maybe you can't. Just take a fork, take it out, and check. See if it's cooked enough. You don't want it too mushy. You want to have just a little bit of crunch. We're going to drain this and run a little bit of cold water on it. Alright, our zucchini we took out of the oven. It was about 10 minutes. The zucchini was in the oven. It's been a total of 20 minutes for our tempeh. Now, we're going to take our zucchini, in a roasting pan. We're going to mix that with half of our green beans, because the other half we're going to be saving for another recipe. And we have the cooked corn. Cooked corn can be frozen, or you can cut it off the cob. The cooked corn is going to be added to that zucchini. And we're just going to mix that up. Now, if you want to put a little bit of soy butter in here, you can, or some oil, olive oil if you like. I don't really like that. It's got some of the natural, it's got enough moisture in it already. We're going to have the barbecue sauce from the tempeh, so if you'd like to add a little bit of butter at this time or some extra olive oil, you can, or grapeseed oil will be great. That's our zucchini and corn and the green beans all mixed together. Let's get ready to plate up our tempeh, put this one on the side with it. Alright, here's our tempeh. I like tempeh because it's got a little bit of crunch. It's a little different texture than tofu, and it's just a nice change of pace. I'm going to drizzle some barbecue sauce on there. Real simple. And then of course on the side is my zucchini and also corn and green beans. All the extra green beans and also you're going to have extra zucchini left over. You can save that. Putting that off to the side. I have a little extra corn too. I'm going to leave that off to the side for another recipe. So this is all set with this. I'm going to drizzle a little bit more barbecue sauce on that for my tempeh. And that one's all set.